What the just happened? Let me tell you. Markets are crashing right now, and it's all because of Jackson Hole. No, not that Jackson. This one. Jackson Hole meeting is one of the most important meetings in the whole world's economic history. What happens here is the Fed chair and all the economic chairs come together to discuss the future of basically the world. And in that meeting, this guy's speech is by far the most important thing that you can listen to. What he states there is what's going to be happening, where the market's going, and where ultimately your portfolio is going to be heading. In his speech, he had three main points he talked about: unemployment and job creation, inflation, and most importantly, rate cuts. What happened in that speech was that he paved the way for rate cuts to happen. So the markets exploded. All they heard was rate cuts happening, and the markets rallied accordingly. But people didn't listen and understand the full spectrum of what he actually said. Yes, rate cuts are definitely going to happen. But the reason why the rate cuts are happening is the actual underlying issue. Job creation is decreasing. Unemployment is increasing. This is all pointing to a contracting economy. Furthermore, inflation is increasing. This is not a good sign. You don't want unemployment and at top of that, inflation, because that creates a scenario which is the worst case possible. This all stems down to the issues of the tariffs and whether these tariffs are going to be a continuous inflationary growth or a singular jump up. So in essence, what this man is doing is saying, look, I need to make sure people can be employed. Companies have enough money to at least stop letting go of employers and creating new jobs. So at least that part of it is safe. And forgoing the fear of inflation, tariff-caused inflation, by the way, to a later state. He is betting on the point and stating these inflationary factors are a singular jump, a singular inflationary jump. As a tariff is added of 10%, that cost in some form is going to be transferred over, but that some cost will be singular. It will be static because those tariffs, unless they move and rise and change, are going to be continuous. So he is stating and banking on the fact that once these new inflationary numbers come in, as they come in through time, that this is going to stable out and then finally stay at a steady level. So what does this mean? Thank you for explaining all of this to us. I've followed, I've liked, I've put a message into your video for all the hard work you've done. But what does it actually mean? I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. These moments are very few and far between. You are in a spectacularly interesting moment where we are going to have possibly some bearish movement before the actual crazy move. See, what these rate cuts are a form of injection into the economy. We have trillions of dollars sitting in the money markets, earning interest off the interest rate that the Fed has created. Once that goes, it's going to look for a new home, but that takes time. Right now, the economy and all other forms of risk on assets are readjusting to a new valuation, to a confirmation of a downturn in the economy. But what a rate cut does is the start of the nitrous oxide into the race car. So I right now am looking for the next thing to put my investments into. And if you want to know more about that, you know who to follow. I'll catch you guys later.